District Court Judges Amendment Bill, be now read a first time, and I nominate the Justice Committee to consider the bill. At the appropriate time, I intend to move that the bill be reported to the House by the 13th of February 2025. Now, we're doing this as a separate bill. It should have been part of the previous bill, but the opposition didn't agree to put them together, but that's by the by. The District Court is the busiest court in New Zealand. It's the largest court in Australasia. There are over 200,000 new cases in application of District Court each year. Most District Court cases are criminal cases. Over the past 5 years, there's been fewer cases coming to the court, but more effort from the court needed to dispose of cases. The time it's taken to get cases through the court is increasing. Delays have had a negative social impact on defendants, complainants, and on other court participants, affecting access to justice. Now, quickly, people can move on with their lives. The bill will amend the District Court Act 2016 to increase the statutory maximum number of District Court judges by 1, an increase from 182 to 183 full-time equivalent judges. The bill makes 2 consequential amendments to the District Court Act. Section 12(1) replaces 182 with 183. To reflect the judicial cap. Section 12(2)(c) states that the aggregate number, for example, 181.5, must not exceed the maximum number of judges that is for the time being permitted. This bill replaces 181.5 with 182.5. Statutory cap on the District Court judges includes Youth Court judges and Family Court judges as the Youth Court and Family Court are divisions of the District Court. The statutory cap was last amended in 2019. Since then, judges have been appointed, bringing the total number of full-time judges to at or near the statutory maximum. The increase in the statutory cap will ensure that the District Court is equipped to implement the Sentencing Reform Amendment Bill, currently being considered by this House. I expect that the sentencing reforms, as well as the other criminal justice reforms, will increase pressure on the court. This bill comes into force the day after royal assent. And, Mr. Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
I don't think that number goes far enough. And he actually clarified some information I was unsure of, like, does that include youth court? Does that include family court? What does it do? I don't think, as a country, 183 judges, full-time equivalent judges, is actually enough for our system to cope. I think the number needs to possibly go quite substantially up. And maybe we should put in submissions that actually asks for it to be substantially increased to, say, possibly 200 full-time equivalent positions or 225.
Get more community lawyers too while we're at it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more with that around community law. I mean, our community law funding is woefully inadequate. I've got some very good friends who work in that space, and I mean that the uplift in fees for community lawyers it was looked at a few years ago, but I mean it couldn't be. It needs to be increased because the amount of work they do is phenomenal, and the amount of money they get paid is woeful.
I mean, many of them are doing it as volunteers, or that section of it.
Yeah, pretty
much.
Yeah,
no, I remember the one that gave us our legal definition for it. It's in the ballot on COVID tests before the show of what to do and what we can and what we can't do. Because we're hoping to get to, of course you agree with it. She goes, morally I agree with what you're doing. Legally I can't say that. And it was the questions of, like, do we have expanded seating arrangements, that sort of thing there. Because our aim, what we were looking at was to push those who didn't want to do a COVID test to not spread the COVID around to possibly come in remotely. But we got told, but that wasn't going to happen because those types of candidates were also the ones like, no, I'm coming in person. COVID's fake, sort of thing there. So that was something in there. And that is part of the reason why we had the individual mics approach, which was partly to stop, because passing the mic around was passing the COVID around. And funny enough, we did not have any cases of our shows being linked to COVID outbreaks.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah. It just shows what sort of steps have been taken. I do know the last show, Stacey and Ray got it. We think we know who it's from, but that was right on the last show. Yeah, but I still can't figure out how Andre and I managed to avoid it. That's why I
haven't had COVID yet either. So
I've never had COVID myself.
Yeah. No. I've had more issues from having the vaccine than actually having COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm punching COVID like Neo in the Matrix.
My entire family have got it, but I was on holiday when they had COVID. So.
Oh no, I've had COVID twice in houses I've lived at and managed to avoid it.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that's the part that people would tell me, "Oh, just get COVID, go away," and sit like this, and just get over and done with. And I'm like, I'm on day 6 now. Do you think I want another 7 days cooped up at home? Yeah, and it was partly, and it was because of what happened with the COVID outbreak in the house was how do we prevent it from spreading outside the house because of the communities we're going into.